Hi friends, Mindy here. I have another installment of the Full Deck Challenge. This is card number 4, I believe. The prompts for this card were a little bit tricky for me. They were person, yellow, glitter, and ribbon. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off with my card here, and I have this tan colored tissue, and I am just going to kind of cover this up. I'm trying to make this card look old because I'm going to be using that Tim Holtz tiny mini people, I think is what they're called. And so I'm just using some Distress Collage Medium here. I have this in a little jar. I'm just trying to use up this little jar. I have it in a bigger jar as well. But so I'm just kind of pushing this down, and I'm kind of scrunching up the tissue to kind of create little ripples and stuff in it. And then I'm going over the top of this with another layer of this collage medium. And it ends up not being really as opaque as I want it to be, which I mean it's tissue, but so at first I was kind of thinking that I would just leave it like this, but I wasn't sure how it would work with some of the other prompts, like with the yellow and everything. So I don't have this card really all that planned out, other than I have this person that I know I'm going to put on here. And I don't really use a lot of glitter in my any of my artwork or whatever, but I do have some glitter paste, and so that's actually what I'm going to use for the glitter prompt. So I dried that a little bit, and now I'm just kind of going around trying to tear this around the card just to kind of leave the rough edges. It's not working very well, partially because it's just a little bit too wet still, and I think I maybe didn't get the adhesive all the way to the edge, which is fine. So I'm just kind of trying to decide what I want to do next. And then I decided to just go ahead and add another layer. So I'm adding some more of this collage medium. It dries super fast, so you have to kind of work quickly. And then I just decided to kind of tear the tissue, and then I'm just adding another layer. And I like how this is turning out a little bit better, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this card. I end up doing, I don't even know how many layers, multiple layers of this tissue, until I get the background of the card actually pushed to the back as much as possible. You can kind of still see it, but it's not like right in your face anymore. And then I decided to just go ahead and trim off the edges with my scissors, because like I said, there were multiple layers of tissue at this point. So, and then I just dried that pretty well. And then I have this is just coffee in a little spray bottle. I wanted to kind of tint this just a little bit, so I kind of saturated the card, and then you can see I'm kind of drying it. This took a minute because there was quite a bit of liquid on there, but it just gave it kind of pooled in some of the creases and stuff, and just kind of gave it a really nice look. It ends up kind of almost looking and feeling like leather almost. And so now I'm trying to figure out what to do with the person. So I decided to go ahead and just work on the glitter layer. Whenever I'm kind of working intuitively like this, I just kind of do the next thing. So I have this glitter paste. You can see I don't use it very often because this is like I had to pull the top off. So I'm just dragging this very lightly across where those ridges are on the card, just kind of hitting the high points and going around the edge of the card. I'm just kind of being very careful. So it's only going to catch those really, really like the highest points of all of the tissue. And then off camera, I sewed on some ribbon. This is going to just kind of help match her dress. And I went through and found these little toadstool mushroom things. These were, I cannot remember which ephemera pack, but these are from Tim Holtz as well. And so this is going to be like my yellow element. So I am putting a bunch of this collage medium back here on the back because of how textured the background is. I need to make sure I have a good strong adhesive. And the reason I'm doing is I really just wanted her to be sitting on something, and because these cards are so small, it kind of made it a little bit tricky. So I just kind of hung this little toadstool off of the edge, this little mushroom, and then I'm gonna position her so it looks like she's sitting on top and her feet are resting on that other smaller one. And I don't know why in my brain this worked, but this is just how this card came out. So I'm just gonna set her here. You can see just making sure that she's adhered down really well. This was, like I said, a little bit tricky because of all of the texture. So I just kind of set something heavy on those pieces while I work on this other little one. I added this one just for some balance and some height on here, and also just to get a little bit more of the yellow in here. I wanted her to kind of be the focal point, so I just wanted these little mushrooms all the way across on the bottom. So this is basically my card. This is what it looks like. I will link the other videos I have in this playlist for the full deck challenge. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.